Lesson number one learned: I am enough. I am enough. I am now confidently self sustaining, I'm centered and strong. See, applying the principles of this book that I'm recently writing, I've been consistently running daily and gymming 2 to 3 times a week. There is a steady energy in me that is centered and gives me the push and motivation to hustle and work out after a hard day's work. Difficult things still happen in my life, but when you do nofap for an extended period of time, there is this sense of enoughness. It's almost like as if you are built up with more of your very own essence, and the fact that you now have more of yourself, whatever that means, is that you suddenly feel self sufficient. So that's the first lesson that I learned, that I am enough. The second lesson that I have learned is I am no longer afraid. Now you will realize that I didn't learn all this thing by knowledge, but all these are experiential learning. Experiential learning, as in I feel different. I am different, not because I read a book somewhere, but because I did it and now I experience life differently. I'm no longer afraid. Now, this feels weird to say, but I'll be honest, many men today are afraid. They are afraid of rejection, they are afraid of sharing their actual thoughts, they are afraid of judgment, they are afraid of failure. It's not that I don't feel bad, it just feels like as if I have the mental fortitude to be able to take on what life throws at me. That I can endure, that I can take punches, and that I can keep moving forward. You know that scene in the story or the movie Rocky where he says it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And I've begun to feel that that is so true in what defines a man. A man ought to be able to move forward all the while taking hits and punches from life. I remember when I used to relapse or fab, I would feel this sense of bodily emptiness and sadness, and I would somehow be less able to hold eye contact and just feel like I've lost my mojo. Now, during periods of fapping, there is this darkness, this sadness, and fear that surrounds me. Now that life of mine is no more. Lesson number 3: I take risk and I assert my wants, be it in relating with women, in my career, or for example, creating a Patreon and asking you for support if you're interested. You can check out my previous video, which is in the link in the description box below. I find myself more able and willing to take risk because I now no longer am crippled by the fear of rejection. Now, it is still painful. You still feel some form of anxiety when you're doing something uncomfortable. But right now, I feel like I can manage and I can endure this pain because I am enough. So if you like this video, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you again.